Hello and welcome to the third and final video. This time we will do some basic algebra and learn the difference between expressions and equations. Let's get started. Our first word problem is going to be simple. Let's read it together. A volleyball uniform costs $13 for the shirt, $11 for the pants, and $8 for the socks. We know the cost of 3 pieces of a volleyball uniform, but what is the question? Write 2 equivalent expressions for the total cost of 12 uniforms, then find the cost. Okay, this word equivalent is tricky, but don't worry about that. We are going to look at the word expressions. We want to write 2 expressions and find the total cost of 12 uniforms. Expressions mean there is no equals sign. So, let's get started. First, write an expression for the cost of 1 uniform. We add $13, $11, and $8 because a uniform is 1 shirt, 1 pair of pants, and 1 pair of socks. Let's write that expression now. 13 plus 11 plus 8. We don't want to write equals because we are writing an expression, not an equation. Next, we can write an expression for the cost of 12 uniforms because we just have to multiply into the cost of 1 uniform. So let's create our second expression. 12 times 13 plus 11 plus 8. This is our expression to find the cost of 12 volleyball uniforms. Now we can simplify by using the distributive property. We distribute the 12 3 times. So 12 times 13 is 156 plus 12 times 11. That answer is 132. Plus the cost of 8 pairs of socks, 12 times 8, which is 96. We have simplified our expression. Now we should find the total sum. The sum means the price of all 3 added together, and that is $384. $384 is the cost of 12 volleyball uniforms. Is that your answer? Great job. Our second word problem is going to be difficult because we have an unknown variable, and that means we have to use a letter. Let's check out the question. Your school can spend 8% of its money on sports. This year, they can spend $2,000 more than last year. And this year, they want to spend $3,840 on sports. Be careful with the question because it wants to know how much money could they spend last year. How much money did they have last year? Total. It's going to be a big number. I'll give you a minute to pause the video and try to answer this question by yourself. Okay, step 1, the first thing we should do is choose our unknown variable. We will write x is our unknown variable, and we want to let it equal the total amount of money the school had last year. So x equals last year's money. And that means this year's money is X plus 2,000 is this year's money. Step 2, this year they want to spend $3,840 on sports. And usually they spend 8% of their money on sports. So 8% of the total money is equal to $3,840. And we can rewrite this into the distributive property. Because X plus 2,000 is this year's money, and 0.08 or decimal 08 is 8%. Okay, so let's use the distributive property to get our answer. Decimal 08 times X is equal to decimal 08X. And decimal 08 times 2,000 is equal to 160. And this equals 3,840. Okay. And the last step, step 3, is we want to isolate X. Isolate means there's no numbers with it and X is alone. So first we should subtract 160 from each side. So the left side is decimal 08X minus 160. And then 3,840 minus 160 is 3,680. But X is still not alone, so we need to remove or divide decimal 08 from both sides. So now X is isolated, but we have to divide 3,680. And our answer is going to be bigger. So X is equal to 46,000. The total budget for last year was 46,000. Was that your answer? Amazing job. Great. Congratulations! You've finished the 3 videos, but first let's review. Today we did an algebraic word problem that used 2 expressions. Then it got more tricky because our last word problem was an equation that made us solve an unknown variable, X. You are finished with the camp now. Excellent job, and have a safe summer. Thank you. Bye.